Hi, this is Skizz17 and welcome back. Today we are going to talk about a bit more of the Black Ops 2 multiplayer information. I asked in the last video for some questions that you wanted about it, and I did get a few, and I'm going to start out with them, the ones you asked, and then fill in the sort of extra bits that I kind of feel that were actually sort of noteworthy. First off, someone asked, I do apologise, I don't remember who, I didn't take note of who asked what, so yeah, that's my bad. I do apologise for that, please don't be offended. First off was someone asked about hit detection, and I can't really comment fervently on this because we didn't really play on a connection as such, we were playing on LAN. The only thing I would say was host had a couple of milliseconds advantage, but that's always the way it's going to be, so I can't really say much more than that on the hit detection. I didn't sort of hear them say anything about putting lag compensation in, so I assume it's going to be sort of a bit more like sort of Black Ops Modern Warfare 3. We can only hope, anyway. That Modern Warfare 3's connection was nasty. But yeah, that is the way it's sort of going. Best gun in each class. Now, I didn't really play with all the guns, but I'm going to try and be as take as broad a picture as possible. That's a definite word. Broadest picture as possible. The main one that I noticed was in the submachine guns. I'd probably say with the MSMC or the MP7. The MP7 did have quite high recoil though, so you kind of need to make sure you have the foregrip on it. Made a massive difference. The MSMC was really powerful, good rate of fire, very accurate. I reckon that's probably the best one in that class. Shotguns, I was quite upset really. The shotguns weren't that brilliant. The one that they go on about in the trailers that we see quite a lot of is the gun with the rotating magazine. Really wasn't that strong. It wasn't bad, but it wasn't brilliant either. Maybe they'll sort of patch them up a little bit, but they was quite weak as they currently stand. The best one I think that I used was the Saiga 12, which is kind of most similar, I suppose, to the USAS 12. It's not full auto; it's sort of semi-auto, but we shall see how it plays out. But yeah, I think that's probably going to be the shotgun to use for the first few months before everyone starts hating on them. But yeah, if you're using the shotguns, you want to run the laser sight and the heavy barrel. The best assault rifle, I think, was probably the Type 25. I didn't really play a lot with the assault rifles. I had a look at the TAR. That would look the sights on that look really nice. It was pretty nice. Other things, I don't really know. I sort of spent a while looking around them all, but didn't sort of have a huge look at massively all of them. But I will, when it comes out, get a better look at them all. I was annoyed here, I should have had the quad, and I got broken up. Anyway, yeah, so that was, yeah, I think that's the best thing there. Sniper rifles, again, I didn't use the sniper rifles. I can't remember which sniper rifle Von told Sophie to use, but there was one that he sort of pointed out. It was kind of like, I can't remember what it was, I'm not even try. I'm pretty sure it was like a bolt action 50 cali kind of thing with bullpup design. Yeah, I think that was the best one. So hopefully that's the way that one's going to roll. And then the LMGs, I didn't really use. I only picked up one LMG during the game, which was when I was on a streak and I'd run out of ammo. And the one I used was. What was the one I used? I can't remember what the LMG was, but it had a target finder on it, which I was not a massive fan of. But yeah, I did go on a nice little streak with that. They are a bit of improvement, but they're still really weak because they you've got the slow run speed, which is the whole problem I have with the LMGs. Other than that, I think that's all the guns covered. Game similar to is the next question. Similar to, I wouldn't really say it was similar to anything. It's quite a bit different to everything we've played before. Probably most similar to Black Ops, but just a lot more fast-paced. Everything's a bit more hectic. Next question, which is a big one. How does Ghost work? Ghost is hugely different, massively different to what it's been in previous games. It's now changed to the point where you have it only works when you're moving. So if you stop moving, you start showing up on the UAVs. And unfortunately, this does play to a couple of bastards techniques, that they will just run around in a circle and spot, still hiding in a corner, but not quite the same as they ever hid in the corners before. So there's obviously ways to exploit it, but I don't think it'd be a huge problem. You can run awareness, which you'll be able to hear their footsteps around. So hopefully it's not going to be such a big issue, but I could be wrong. We'll see. It's got a few things that need work on it, but as I said, I don't think it was the final version of the game, so hopefully we'll be fine anyway. Yeah, but I do think if you it's kind of more rush friendly than if you're campers, if that makes sense. But we shall see how it plays out. Um, The next thing was thermal scope. I'll be honest, I didn't actually see a thermal scope. I wasn't the sort of first thing I looked for when I was playing was looking for a thermal scope, but again, I could be wrong. Maybe there was one. The two scopes I did see was the millimeter scanner, which is one that sees through walls, which I was a bit worried might be a bit powerful, but it cycles really slowly, so I don't think it's going to be massively powerful. And the other one was target finder, which again highlights everyone like the little red triangles that you got in the chopper gun when you're looking through it, but it wasn't. It kind of increased recoil, so again wasn't really massively useful. Anyway, next question, sport problems. There was a couple of little issues that I had with it. One was the secondaries were a little bit powerful, which we did quiz Von der Haar about, but he said because you're having to sacrifice a whole point to put a secondary in your class, they kind of need to be strong. And they might patch one up a little bit. It's a bit too strong, I think, as it currently is. It's kind of better than some of the assault rifles and submachine guns, but that I'm sure that will be changed if it is a problem. They will change it straight away. And the only other major problem that I had with the game was the spawns on multi-team game types. They were just a bit too hectic. It was just everyone was spawning everywhere, and there was just no sort of no method in the madness, if that makes sense. It was just everyone was everywhere, and it just didn't work quite properly. But yeah, I'm sure they can patch that up a little bit, and my way of dealing with that is just not play multi-team types. Secret kill streak. We did actually ask Von der Haar about this as well, and he said, I quote the man himself, he said, the secret kill streak is a high kill streak. It's probably about, I didn't say it specify exactly, but he reckons it was about a 30 gun streak. And this means that we're going to have a lot. You can't really camp it out because you need a hell of a lot of points. You're going to have to play the objective whilst you're doing this. I think it was about a 5,000 score, they said, or you're going to have to go on an absolute tear on TDM. But we're not entirely sure what it's going to be. As far as we're aware, sorry, I just hit my mic then. It's going to be something along the lines of a troll kind of streak. It's not going to be the same kind of thing as what we've seen from other really high kill streaks like the Mob or the Nuke. It's going to be a whole new kettle of fish again. I think it's more of a kind of a joke thing of like you'll just get a sort of an award or something for doing it. It'll be something it's not sort of a game ender or a killing thing. It's a bit of fun. But we'll see how it sort of what it actually becomes or how it plays out. The next thing that I actually did, now that's the end of the questions unfortunately. I didn't really get that many, I was quite upset about that. But I did ask him, I did actually speak to Orn as well about getting a 9v9 Dom playlist put in, because you know us YouTubers, we do like to get that those montage clips with on the Dom. And he said, I don't want to cater for sort of unique people, like people going for montages and other such things. So I don't want to just put it in straight away. There is the possibility of adding it in after the game, but as its current build, it doesn't have it in. He said the main reason for him not having it in was he said he didn't want to have a playlist which was just like a dead one, which didn't have very many people in. So he said if it was if there was enough popular demand for it, it would be very possible to put in. But as it currently stands, no, that wasn't in. But if we can sign a petition, which I was talking to Mike or Fearcreds about, we try and get a petition put up for this game, for this sort of game type, and we might be able to have it added in, which would be epic. And hopefully we might see something like that in the future. Next thing was attachment perks, which I'm not sure everyone's covered, but because they've changed it over from having your things that affect your guns on your as attachments, you've got stock, which is stalker, laser sight, which is steady aim, and fast mags, which is sleight of hand. And then you have what was the last one? And then you have a quick draw grip, which obviously quick draw. The maps, we didn't play a massive deal of them, so I can't give a huge sort of talk about them. I can give you sort of an overview of some of them. The points, all I can really say is you're going to have to play the objective. It makes a massive difference playing the objective to actually getting your score points and then obviously getting higher score games. The streaks, they kind of mix them up a bit. There was one I was actually worried about, which was the hunter-killer drone, which is the one drone you throw out, but it wasn't really that good when people were using it, and I didn't see a huge amount of it. So hopefully it won't be an issue, and I'm sure it is. Treyarch will patch it. Anyway guys, if you have any further questions for me about this game, then please leave them in the comment section below, and I shall do my best to answer them in the next video. Anyways, thank you very much for watching, and goodbye for now. Bye.